if we are honest, we can also look back at the relationships and see the parts that we played that helped to hurt us a little bit more than we even should have ever been, because most of the time we stayed longer than we was meant to, or we actually came in when really we was only supposed to stay at the door.
Well, so the
I'm just
mayor
saying.
says, which by the way, let me go ahead and give you this right here.
Yes.
The mayor says users are users. It's not the giver's fault
Not true.
because the user sucks you dry. The user
That's
is
not true.
wrong, not the giver.
I agree that users are users, but most users had to be taught to use.
It wasn't the
I
giver.
know
It wasn't,
people.
but it wasn't the giver that
Yeah, and
taught
I
them to
can't
use.
say that. No, I agree with that. But sometimes, can we all be honest about the fact that sometimes we teach people how to mistreat us too, just like we can teach them how to treat us? Can we just be honest about it?
I do think that we need to take time out as givers, those who
Yes.
are the givers. We need to take time out to reflect and reconcile the situation, because I think too often we don't fully grasp the situation, and sometimes we have been overwhelmed by the angel effect. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Because they cute, because they fine, because they got big thighs, because they got, you know what I'm saying, that baby face, because they got them pretty eyes. We get so overwhelmed thinking that they're so beautiful that they couldn't be doing me wrong. Oh my Lord. And you couldn't be more wrong. Huh? You couldn't be more wrong. That person is doing you wrong. That person is doing nothing but consuming and using the resource that you are. And guess what? At some point in time, listen, and we talked about marriage not always being 50-50, not always being 64, and relationships are often that way. It's not all the time that you can lean on your friend because the friend is not capable at that point in time. But you should be able to lean on your friend at some point in time. It's wrong for you to have went 5 years and you was never able to lean on your friend. It's wrong for you to be in a situation for 20 years and you was never able to lean on your spouse. Not never. And it's not always money, by the way. Let me also be clear too. It's not always money. It could be support. It could be the fact that, you've been there for her kids. Can she be there for your kids? Can she, he gave you money, but then did you encourage him when he needed encouragement? Did you give him support? Did you give him the love and attention that he needed? Did you know what I'm saying? So it may not have been it shouldn't be transactional in that way, but there should be some giving and receiving.
Reciprocation.
There should be some reciprocation.
That's what relationships are anyway, is reciprocal. The thing is, oftentimes, is what you reciprocate may not be necessarily what you gave. And if we be honest, a lot of times what you need ain't what you gonna reciprocate, because most people that you're getting from ain't gonna give you they're gonna give you what you need, and what you need ain't always what you give.
Correct.
Does that make sense?
Correct. Absolutely. Because honestly, so for instance, I especially and I know it's kind of men's month, so I'll speak on behalf of men. So oftentimes I might give my resources. I may give my money. For instance, a lot of times I'm not looking for money in return. Would that be nice sometimes? Sure. Not to say there's anything wrong with that, but really my overarching theme is because we are two different people, we are the yin to each other's yang. So I'm logical, she's emotional. I'm a bit stubborn, she's agreeable. And in that, I need somebody agreeable, generally speaking. I need somebody a bit more emotional because I can be dry and I can be so logical that you're not getting any emotion out of me. And sometimes I'm like that. I think one time somebody was like, "Hey, the mayor," she was like, you're not gonna get a homeless man some money. I said, that homeless man got more money than I do. And I kept moving. Listen, and I didn't feel any kind of way, and I still don't feel any kind of way. But let me get to the mayor's comment. She says, I'm the one that knows my worth. Unfortunately, I have come in contact with trifling people. The issue was I gave them chances that they didn't deserve. And that is the key right there.
I got something to say to that. Don't feel bad about that. Or I'm not saying you do feel bad about that, Mayor, because like I'm the same way. But one thing I realized, and I totally agree with what you said just now. What I learned was to set boundaries and stick to them. Definitely have to set boundaries, and stick to them. Stick to your guns. But I also learned that sometimes God allows us, and this might be controversial what I'm about to say, but sometimes God allows us to feel and go through what he feels and goes through dealing with us. We can be trifling to him. We could be trifling to him.
We are trifling to him.
Thank you. That was my literal point. So I appreciate you.
God gives and gives and gives and gives to us, and we don't do him right. We don't treat him right. We don't give him. We don't give him the time. He said, just take me on and learn of me. He wants you to learn of him. He said, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. He's like, I'm not even putting a bunch of pressure on you from me. I just want to be a part of everything you decide, everything you do, everything you think about. I just want to be a part of that.
You just want to be consulted.
Come on.
Give and I'll give it back to you. Press down, shake together. Right.
Man, I don't know how many times I've written I woke up one day and it was a beautiful day, but I just felt some kind of way and I just couldn't figure out why. So I prayed about it one time and God told me, he said, I'm just allowing you to feel what I feel today about certain things. And I'm like, wow, God will. And it also means that God trusts you. How about that? It also means God trusts your heart to be able to be one of the hearts that he allows to feel what he feels.
The mayor says, absolutely. I was once told that I don't get a hero cookie, in quotation, hero cookie, because I was loyal.
Ooh, talk about it, man.
And you don't.
Talk about it. You don't.
But
I'm glad. I'm so glad that the mayor said that. No, and I'm glad she said that because that was a point I wanted to make. At the end of the day, if you really are a good-hearted person, somebody doing wrong to you shouldn't make you a less good-hearted person. Do it feel bad and all of those things? Yes, but if you did it out of the kindness of your heart, you know your reward. And guess what? What they did, they got to deal with it. Like I feel like too many people walking around with grudges behind that stuff.
Well, and I was going to say, because I agree that you can't look for your total return from the person. But I do say you should get a hero cookie. Listen, let me tell you something. If you've been loyal, yes, you get a hero cookie. If you've been loyal to Chick-fil-A, how many y'all you got to add? You loyal to Chick-fil-A, they literally give you a cookie.
They do.
You go to Chick-fil-A, eventually you gonna have enough money to get you a good old grilled chicken salad.
But there's a scripture for that.
What's the scripture?
There's a scripture that backs up not getting a hero cookie here on earth.
Well,
because God keeps record of everything that we do. And he said that the reward is in heaven. Some stuff we will get here on earth. We will get rewarded here on earth for certain things. But the biggest reward, like I feel like the ultimate hero cookie is coming when he says, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant."
And truth be told, your hero cookie, even if it is on the earth, it probably ain't coming from that person.